Yo, what up? It's your boy Art. We about to take a look at this new cuffing video he just dropped day one about Durk whole trial right now. We got surveillance cameras, we got everything, records and everything.
Our trial is concluded. First video I see on my timeline is OTF Vonni buying jewelry at some point with Durk in a store that films everything. And look at this.
Oh my God. My baby pulled dog shit out his drawers, man.
Chief.
Man, it's my birthday, man.
You ain't even know.
Crazy. Obviously, I'm going to try to find as much witness testimony as possible from tweets and articles. Brad Cohen, very experienced lawyer. I think he was even Durk's lawyer at some point. He's been a lot of people's lawyers. He tweeted, when someone takes a plea and admits to arranging everything for a murder, then says, but Lil Durk maybe do it, which is what Vonni is doing. It's not snitching to say, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He admits to setting the shit up. He admits to arranging it all, and he has motive to do it. So the narrative right now going around somehow is that Durk is snitching. I don't know how that started, but that's just defense strategy. I mean, what else are they going to say? We have no idea what's happening, you know what I'm saying? It's not really snitching to say, I have nothing to do with any of this. The discourse for this trial has been a shit show on Twitter, but let's go into witnesses. All right, 4 witnesses testified today. After a 25-minute recess, prosecutors began calling them, starting with testimony about the shooting itself. Martha Liulo, who testified regarding LAPD 911 calls, was the first witness. 911 call was placed for jurors in which a frantic woman reported the shooting of Robinson. The woman could be heard repeatedly saying, oh my God, as she described the incident. She reported that semi-automatic weapons have been used and said a group of people were responsible. When asked for her information, the woman said she did not want to be a part of this, explaining that she simply wanted to...
Hey, I swear to God, if you ever got to call the police, don't tell them your fucking name. Don't say shit. I wouldn't say nothing at all. I probably would just fucking really walk away for real. Run away for real. Get the fuck on.
Someone to know what happened. The defense did not cross-examine her. That's very common in these cases. I mean, if you witness a shooting and you can probably guess it's gang-related, do you want to give your name over the phone? I wouldn't. Fuck out of here. I probably ain't even called 911. I'm running, dipping, hiding out of there. All right. LAPD Detective Samuel Murillo testified that the shooting occurred at approximately 5:30 p.m. on August 19th, 2022. Murillo said investigators recovered 16 10mm shell casings, 2 9mm shell casings, and 1 bullet jacket at the scene. Quando Rondo was driving a black 2018 Cadillac Escalade that was parked at a pump number 8. After the shooting, the Escalade drove away before coming at a stop at San Vicente Boulevard and Santa Monica Boulevard, in which investigators treated as a second crime scene. The video of Quando screaming no, looking at his cousin's dead body.
Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening.
Some very sad shit. Lindsay's defense attorney cross-examined Murillo about physical evidence. Murillo confirmed that investigators did not find Lindsay's fingerprints or DNA on the gun or at the scene. So that's Brown Eye's defense attorney trying to separate his client from the incident as much as possible. You can find my client's DNA or fingerprints, right? Luis, a former LA County Sheriff's deputy, testified that he responded after pedestrians flagged him down. Calvillo approached the Escalade and found a victim bleeding inside the vehicle. He pulled Robinson from the SUV and attempted CPR on the ground next to the vehicle. Body camera footage from Calvillo's perspective was shown to the jurors. Robinson could be heard moaning inside the Escalade before Calvillo removed him. Quando Rondo could also be heard screaming no, according to Calvillo's testimony. Calvillo testified that he was unable to resuscitate Robinson. There was no cross on him either. LA County Medical Examiner Dr. Richard Wu testified about Robinson's autopsy. Wu?
How come no one told me that?
Dude, what are with these names in these trials recently? Like, Wu? I'm going to say Wu, straight up. Wu said he performed approximately 3,000 autopsies and has testified in court about 75 times. A photograph of Robinson showing 3 gunshot wounds and an exit wound was shown to the jurors. Wu testified that Robinson suffered 4 gunshot wounds and listed the cause of death as gunshot wounds and the manner of death as homicide. 1 bullet wound entered the left side of Robinson's chest, striking his left rib, left lung, and heart. This sounds just like the Folio case, like the chest somewhere, and hit the lungs and the heart and ribs. Wu testified that the wound would have caused internal bleeding and damage to the lung and heart, making breathing and blood circulation difficult. 2 gunshot wounds were located on Robinson's left bicep, with 1 producing an exit wound. A 4th gunshot was located on his left front forearm. There was no cross on him either. A lot of no cross today. It's pretty standard because it's just basic facts that they really can't dispute about, you know, autopsy and everything. The 911 caller records are always pretty boring in every trial. I literally like want to fucking jump out a window when the 911 caller person is up there. Afternoon testimony focuses on cars, surveillance, and alleged logistics. After lunch, prosecutors presented extensive surveillance and financial evidence. Here we go. To connect the alleged shooters to banks and to the movements preceding the shooting. Remember, Durk's lawyer is going to be like, he had nothing to do with this. He is an artist. People around him could have done it. I think in even one of their motions, it was kind of like Durk could have been near it because he's associated with these people, but he wasn't a part of it. You know what I mean? Media members were allowed into the courtroom at 1:20 p.m., 20 minutes after court returned during an investigator testifying for the prosecution. Jurors were shown still images from surveillance video footage in Beverly Hills provided by the Beverly Hills Police Department. The images showed Robinson's black Escalade traveling with a white Infiniti and a white BMW following closely behind. That's from the indictment. I'll put it on the screen. I'll try to put as many pictures on the screen as possible for you guys. Investigator testified that the license plate on the white Infiniti was fraudulent. He also said the white BMW was associated with the VEM Exotic Rentals, a LA luxury car rental company. The jury was shown an image of Banks with a VEM employee inside the company's rental facility, as well as an image from the company's website featuring Banks. Well, that's a terrible look. Do we know exactly when this picture was taken? Or was this another occasion when Durk rented a car? Like, I guarantee his defense lawyer is going to pick that apart and be like, do you know when he rented a car last from Exotic Rentals? But that's crazy. That's not good. That connects him to the rental car agency or company that rented out a car that was involved in a murder. Investigator testified that VEM did not have a rental record for the BMW during the period surrounding the shooting. However, investigators obtained surveillance footage showing Grant returning the BMW on August 20th. I mean, I can see why Vonni switched, bro. Like, they have evidence of him everywhere. On camera, returning the murder vehicle. By mass at REI. Then you go to Verizon.
That nigga about to get in trouble. That's your ass, boy.
Too, I think he's on camera at Verizon the day after. But why do they not have a record of that period during the shooting? That's bizarre, right? Prosecutors then showed jurors multiple photographs of Grant and Banks together, which they said demonstrated Grant's role as Banks' assistant and showed Grant making purchases on Banks' behalf. GPS data from the white BMW allegedly rented by Grant was also presented. The investigator testified that the BMW was parked at a location several blocks from the mobile gas station during the shooting, roughly a 7-minute walk away. So are they saying this wasn't the car with the shooters in it? It was Vonni was in that car. Surveillance video from the alley behind the gas station was presented into evidence that stolen white Infiniti with fraudulent plates was the vehicle containing the 3 shooters. Interesting. So the BMW that he returned to that company, I think they're hinting that he was in that car. Investigator identified Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Casey OTF Jam Hester as the 3 alleged shooters. Because the men were wearing ski masks and the black hoodies during the shooting, the investigator said they were identified through their clothing, including their shoes and pants. So do they have pictures of them in the same clothes and shoes or whatever, like the Folio case? I just wish this was all live streamed, but I get it. They're trying to protect witnesses. Surveillance video shows 3 men later entering in and out. Oh, the in and out footage. I forgot about the in and out footage. Prosecutors ordered their shoes and paints remained unchanged.
My baby fit weak as hell. Oh my God.
Allowing investigators to connect them to the masked figure seen during the shooting. They got burgers after killing someone.
That is crazy.
Allegedly. And now be hitting, I'll be honest. Additional surveillance footage from the gas station was played for jurors. The footage showed a white Infiniti passing the Escalade before pulling into an alley behind the station. Rondo Robinson and Carlos Johnson that entered the gas station before returning the Escalade. Rondo was seen in the rear passenger seat with Robinson behind the driver and Johnson in the front passenger seat. The footage then showed 3 guns appearing in the frame and firing at the Escalade. Prosecutors also presented financial evidence involving an American Express account registered to bank's manager, Ola, whatever that name is. The account had 4 registered names, and prosecutors showed jurors record identifying Jason Smith as the purchaser of flights from Chicago to San Diego for people prosecutors alleged were involved in the plot, including Brown Eyes, Jam, and Flacka. That was a lot there. So this is the financial part of things where they're going to
need to run Windows.
Connect this all to Durk, at his direction, his money. OTF funded, you know what I mean? What the defense can do, though, is be like, he has assistants and managers with his card. You think he monitors all his finances? You think rappers monitor all their finances? Every little thing people are buying and spending on? I mean, I'm sure some do that are smarter and, like, don't want to go.
Shit, I'll be looking at all my shit like, nigga, what you nigga bought this dumbass shit on my card, man? I look at that bitch every day. Apple, $21. Cash App, Chase, all this shit. $1 I spent.
broke, but these guys that are making 10, 20 million a year like Durk was. No. Testimony from the investigator alleged Wilson arrived at the San Diego airport with Jones and Lindsay on a United flight, while Houston and Hester arrived later on a Southwest flight. Surveillance footage also shows a BMW and Finney in front of the Level Hotel where the victims were staying. The investigator testified. Holy shit. They found their hotel and they were just sitting out front? This is crazy as shit. The prosecution further showed evidence the 4 black ski masks were purchased by Grant on the morning of August 18th. I mean, no wonder this guy flipped, bro. He's on camera just purchasing masks, returning a car that was traveling around stalking someone.
Hey, that nigga is tripping. That nigga's for sure snitch.
Robinson family cried when the gas station footage was shown. That's very sad. United Airlines does not care about who wins this case, quote unquote. T-Mobile does not care about who wins this case. The bank does not care about who wins this case. Brown Eyes lawyer said he discussed there's no Cash App or flight records. So do they have a digital trail of anyone being paid, or is it just witness testimony? That's what I was trying to get. Like, it's just witness testimony that they got paid cash and no flight records. I thought they came in on a United flight. They don't have that? Durk is wearing a silver suit with the side of his hair faded with a black tie. Brown is wearing a black suit with glasses. DD is wearing a blue suit with a white dress shirt. Lil Pab's mom said this: I don't go back and forth. If I could walk and give his mom, Lil Durk's mom, a hug, I would. Wow. A bunch of fans outside with free Durk shirts. There's Drew Finling. He doesn't give a statement though. They followed them from the Level Hotel on the morning of August 19th. That's crazy. They like knew the hotel location. On August 19th, Quando Rondo and Lil Pab went into the vape store and 2 vehicles would circle the store until they left. They later both drove a red light to keep up with Quando's vehicle.
That's some real shit.
That is so risky in LA. You have guns in your car. The white Finney would also circle the gas station before parking and the crew getting out wearing...
You gotta protect the prize, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Run red lights, do everything. That's your meal ticket.
Black clothing and ski mask, start shooting Quando. It sounds like I got the gist of day one. Not a lot of cross-examination by the lawyers. They're going to try to pick apart these cooperating witnesses, though. Like, these snitches are going to get picked apart. They're going to make them look like they're liars. They're just doing this in their best interest. They're facing life in prison. They're lying. They're making it up. Durk wasn't involved. No one got paid. There's no record of this, no record of that. This text is out of context. They're going to try to get that in front of the jury as much as possible. Prosecution did file a motion at one point saying, you can't try to clarify and say things are out of context and use Durk's statements, because then that opens the door for us to talk about a lot more things. That's it for this video. Hit subscribe. Peace out, boys.
Hey, man. Shit, that's it for the video. That was a lot. We're going to be back for day 2. We're going to check it out. Shout out to my boy Cuff Boy. I ain't watched him in a minute. But hit subscribe, like, comment whatever you got to say, man.